This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
When local growers put great food on Tennessee tables, that's living green. Tonight on Live Green Tennessee, we visit the Posties in East Nashville. Next, we meet Dudley the Cow at the Gentle Barn Animal Sanctuary. And finally, we take a look at Wedge Oak Farm in Lebanon. All this and more coming up next on Live Green Tennessee.
Pick Tennessee helps you find local farms and farmers markets, plus offers tips for choosing, using, and storing the fresh foods you buy. The Pick Tennessee mobile app is available now on iTunes and Google Play.
Radon gas is a naturally occurring radioactive gas found in rock and soil and can seep into your home through basements or cellars. It's odorless, invisible, and without taste, and can damage lung tissue and cause the beginning of lung cancer, making it the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. It's important to understand how you can protect yourself, and the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation can help you learn more about this dangerous gas and make your home a safer place.
Hello, I'm Melinda Kiefer, and I'm proud to bring you stories from across our great state on Live Green Tennessee. The Posties is a coffee, smoothie, bakery, and juice bar located in East Nashville. It was opened in June 2014 by Tanya Lewis and Chris Cowley. Lewis's personal philosophy is only the best. Therefore, the Posties serves Victrola coffee that's 100% organic, cold-pressed juices and smoothies, and the traditional gluten-free and vegan baked goods. Pure coffee, pure juice, pure life is the Posties' motto and goal. WCTE takes us to see how they achieve it.
Actually, the idea started about 2.5 years ago with my wife, Tanya Lewis, who was actually a high school counselor down in Brentwood, and decided she just kind of needed to change in her life and to take on something that she could really call her own.
And so when thinking about what was important to me, which is community, we decided that we wanted to open a coffee shop. And so the name itself comes from like the idea of like in the early 1800s when people wanted to connect or when they wanted to find out what was going on in the community. They would go to the meeting post, and that would be where they got their news or they got the information about what was going on. And so translating that into today's times, when people want to connect, they go to Instagram or they go to Facebook or they go to Twitter. And so those are all the ways that people want to connect now. So the idea for the Post is a connecting spot or a meeting spot for people. Having a counseling background, I know how important it is to cultivate relationships with people. I value people in general. I value their stories. I value where they come from, not just looking at them as being dollar signs.
Tanya was being serious when she finally started writing a business plan, and in the beginning I kind of thought, okay, well, that's, it's a great idea, but it's a tremendous undertaking, and I wasn't sure if we were prepared to do something like that until she started writing the business plan. And then I went, oh wow, she's really serious, And so, 62 pages later, and this idea just kind of bloomed, and so we really decided to just bring our own philosophy of eating organic and a healthy lifestyle into what we're doing here at the Post.
We decided to start the juice bar. We use 100% organic produce in our juices and in our smoothies as well. We cold press them, and by cold pressing, we basically don't use any heat when extracting the juice from the pulp. So it preserves all of the nutrient enzymes and the minerals that you would get from actually eating the fruits and vegetables, and it delivers it to you in a concentrated amount.
Sometimes I don't eat lunch or dinner, I just get a smoothie here and I'm done. So I also made good friends with Tonya and Chris, which are they are the owners of the coffee shop. And they're very nice and very approachable. They always talk to me. I like that.
Part of the community hub aspect of what we do is we do a bluegrass brunch every Sunday from 10 to 2, which is really fun. We have local bluegrass musicians come in, and it's always someone different. And most of the time it's someone that kind of lives in the neighborhood, which is really neat. But they come in and play, bluegrass music, and we serve a brunch. And it's great because little kids come in and are dancing. It's really a family spot, which is really what we strive for. Yeah, so a lot went into the design of this place too, which was a lot of fun. We used a local carpenter. Martin Cadeau actually came up with a lot of the design of the beautiful wood sort of parasol, I guess you could call it. It's funny, actually, I built all the tables just out of some wood, some sheet wood I had in the garage. And
the chandelier that you see hanging in our restaurant was made by my husband using reclaimed bicycle chains that we rescued from some of the local bicycle shops here in Nashville. So we were very intentional in our practices, in our business model. Because that's what's important to us, and we wanted to extend that value to our customer base just by having that experience when they come into our place.
At the Post, we try to have as minimal a carbon footprint as possible. Smoothie cups and our cold iced coffee cups and straws and everything, along with the forks and spoons and knives, are all actually compostable. So they're guaranteed to be completely dissolved within 5 years of being in either a landfill or wherever it may end up. Pretty much everything you see is recycled or repurposed and most definitely handmade, so makes it kind of fun.
When I seriously thought about opening a business, I couldn't imagine myself opening a business anywhere in Nashville but East Nashville. I grew up in this area. It's near and dear to my heart. And so I think that it's one of the most eclectic, the most interesting, and the most beautiful places in Nashville because of the rich history, as well as the type of people that live over here. It's extremely diverse. There is a broad range of people that live over here, from musicians to stay-at-home moms to the young urban professionals. And so when you can put your business anywhere in a city and you can get that sort of mixed range of type of clientele or people, then it becomes, to me, it adds to the experience of what you're offering in general for the community and to the community.
Also, I like to support businesses that are in East Nashville. And in fact, the owners, Tonya and Chris, they live just not very far from here. And so they live in the neighborhood, they run business in the neighborhood. I live in the neighborhood, I support the business in the neighborhood. I don't want to do it any other way. I just love it.
This is a story of how compassion and medical expertise came together to give a hobbling Tennessee steer named Dudley a new leg up on life. It's not every day a farm animal gets a prosthesis, all thanks to the Gentle Barn Animal Sanctuary that was willing to save Dudley and a first-of-its-kind surgery at the University of Tennessee Veterinary Medical Center.
He's such an amazing guy. He really is. He has such an incredibly sweet, gentle disposition. This woman called us and said that there's a cow in Tennessee that had lost his foot, and he was hobbling along a pasture for 10 months. He was in pain and wanted to know if we could help. And it's this incredible story. This cattle rancher who has spent many, many years going and getting cows from the auction, young cows, bringing them home, fattening them up, and then selling them to slaughter for a profit. All of a sudden he meets this little hobbling calf. He decided, instead of sending him back to slaughter, but to try to help his foot. And so this woman heard about him and reached out to us in California and said, hey, would you be able to help? The reason that the Gentle Barn, all the way from California, came all the way to Tennessee to save this cow is because I think we were the only ones that were willing to do it. We found the University of Tennessee right near where the cow was, and many prosthetic companies rearing to go to make him a prosthetic.
When I first examined Dudley, he was in a very late stage of his problem, and so at some point in his young life, he had gotten something around his foot, strangulating band or something like that, that caused him to slough his foot. And so he didn't have a walking surface. And so when he tried to bear weight on what part of his leg was left, it was extremely painful. And so over time, as he was growing and getting heavier, the pain was causing muscle mass to be lost and fat. And he was very debilitated. He was having a lot of difficulty getting up and walking around. And so the weight was causing damage to the other legs, and he was getting to a point to where he would need to be euthanized very soon if something wasn't done. Fortunately, I have a fair amount of experience with amputations and prosthetics in farm animals, and so we were able to offer him some help. The main thing that I look at when we get animals in this condition is we look at the owners, because it takes a tremendous amount of dedication to be able to deal with an animal that has an amputation, especially if you're going to put a prosthetic leg on them. So Ellie and Jay, they have the facilities and the people around them that I very much believe that they can take care of this animal for the rest of his life and have him have a very high quality of life. So I was very comfortable that they were the right client to do this procedure for. And based on Dudley's personality, I was very comfortable that he was the right patient to have the procedure done. He's got the most incredible personality I've ever seen in a bovine. And so he is very attached to people in a very gentle way.
I just can't even believe we're even having this discussion. I mean, several years ago, it would have been unheard of to talk about a prosthetic with a cow. And so I think this is an incredible opportunity that we're even doing this today, that we are giving a cow a prosthetic foot.
The leg, in order for a prosthesis to fit on it, needs to be conformed in such a way so that it can be easily fitted but securely fitted, so when they walk on it, it's not unstable. And so the surgery itself was relatively straightforward. That's the easiest part of the whole procedure. The fitting of the prosthesis and the adjustment of the prosthesis is really the difficult part. You're working up for that one day, and when you get to that day, you're either going to succeed or you're going to fail, and you're going to have to start again. And fortunately, on that day, it was a huge success. We were able to get the prosthesis on his leg, and he very quickly started bearing weight on it. And then as we've adapted and sculpted the prosthesis over time, he's using the leg more and more and more. And recently we actually had him walking in an underwater treadmill, and wasn't hesitant to do it. It's not hesitant to use the leg. And so during that time also, we've been able to rehabilitate his body, because his muscles were so atrophied and his strength was so depleted from his body that gave us a month to do physical rehabilitation with him and build his muscles back up and give him the best chance to be able to succeed with the prosthesis. We've done 12 to 15 of these amputation prostheses in animals ranging from llamas and alpacas to a kangaroo, all the way up to Dudley. Dudley is the only steer that we've done, and so he's going to end up being the largest animal that we've put a prosthesis on the farm animal arena.
And the best part of this story is that once Dudley is healed, he will spend the rest of his life at the Gentle Barn, giving hope and inspiration to war veterans, seniors, and children born with physical differences. So it really is a full-blown circle. This little calf lost a foot, we saved his life and got him a prosthetic foot, and then he will spend the rest of his life giving encouragement to children and adults going through the same thing. We're going to be inviting groups of people to come and meet him, groups of children that are going through amputations, groups of war veterans that have prosthetics.
He's a good example of what the veterinary profession and the medical profession have been pushing in recent years, which is a concept called One Health. That although we're veterinarians that work on animals and physicians or doctors that work on people, the principles are the same, and so the lines become more blurred in cases like this. So we have special challenges, body weight, walking function and whatnot. We have special challenges that need to be overcome, but the veterinary profession and the human profession share so many common bonds for solving these types of problems. And these types of cases help us advance, which then helps the entire profession move forward.
We've been blown away since we've been here. UT has been gentle and kind and respectful to Dudley, treated him as the same worthy patient as any of their other patients, whether dog, cat, horse, or cow. I have to say, after being in Tennessee, feeling the warmth here and seeing the facilities at University of Tennessee, oh my God, we've got to have a dental barn here in Tennessee. If not for anything else, just to have a dental barn next to this facility. It's state of the art. We are extremely impressed.
We'll remember Dudley forever. He's indelibly imprinted on our minds, largely because of his personality. He's such a tremendous animal. But what we learn here today, we carry forward to tomorrow. And so, he's a case we'll never forget.
In 1904, land was purchased, a farm was created, and a family tradition was born. Ida New Turner named it Wedge Oak Farm, and the farm has been worked by family members ever since. They raise various breeds of laying hens, meat broilers, turkeys, guineas, and ducks. They also raise Poland China hogs, Yorkshire hogs, and the only Tennessee-raised Mangalista hog. The Mangalista charcuterie hogs allow them to carry their own specialty sausage line made right here in Tennessee. Wedge Oak Farm's goal is to run a family farm where they can humanely raise food for their local region.
We are a century farm. We're on the National Register for Historic Places and have been on it since 1996. My great-grandparents were the first farmers here, then my grandparents and some other family members in their age range, and then my parents, and now here I am farming since 2008. I started out trying to figure out a way to make the farm agriculturally important. The city of Lebanon is, moving out its city limits, and subdivisions are getting built and people are buying up property, and it's kind of been of interest to keep it in the original intended use of it, which is farming. One of my favorite parts about farming ended up being working with the animals and doing, the animal husbandry and giving them a good life. So the way that we raise our livestock here is pretty much, a la natural, or we try to. We try to keep everybody on grass and on pasture. We have our pigs out behind electric fences. The chickens are on grass and get pulled forward. Our meat birds get pulled forward every day. We feel like it keeps them in the healthiest environment for them. It makes less cleanup work for us with the pigs and the chickens and the ducks and things being outside. And it gives them the chance to have a happy life before they are, because they are eventually mostly going to be meat for our tables. So it is a way, I guess, that I alleviate any kind of guilty conscience is by giving them a really great life while they're here. So we treat them well. They're raised in small groups. They don't get switched around and moved around. We try to, put them with a group and let everybody get to know each other and kind of stick together. So it's real important to us that they're raised this way, and it's really the only way that I would do it. It is it's a value to the land, it's a value to the livestock, and it's of course a value to us to be able to provide people with meat that they can feel good about eating. After we've raised all of our livestock on pasture and in the best way that we can, the healthiest and the best way for them, we have all of our livestock is USDA inspected. So we load our animals and take them to a USDA inspected processing plant where they are prepared for us to bring back and put up for sale for your table or your restaurant's table or whatever kitchen you prefer. Some of the products we sell we have our pastured broilers, which are just chickens. They look like the chicken you're gonna get in the grocery store. We do a little bit of cut-ups with those. We have chicken wings and chicken breasts, leg quarters, and then also sell the skin and the stock parts. The stock parts include the bones after the breasts are taken off of the chicken, and the feet and the necks, which people make stock out of for soup. With our pork, we do much of the same. We'll take a whole hog and have it USDA inspected and processed, and then we'll have it prepared into cuts. And some of those cuts will be in primal form for restaurants, like a whole shoulder, a ham, a whole belly, loins, or a head. Then for retail sales, we do ground pork, we do pork chops, we do shoulder roasts, Boston butts. All of the regular pork that you could get at the grocery store, we have packaged in smaller portions and ready for your table. And then we also have gotten a manufacturer's permit from the state of Tennessee and written food safety plans and HACCP plans in order to be able to prepare our sausage in a commercial kitchen. It has allowed us a vast amount of wiggle room as far as taking our hams and our shoulders and turning them into sausages that are delicious. We've been making, I guess, about 10 or 12 kinds, including a couple of poultry sausages that we sell either in 1 pound chubs or in 1 pound packs, 4 links to a pack that you can throw on your grill or, cook in a skillet. We do everything from your plain run-of-the-mill, sausages that you would find in the grocery store, like Italian sausage and brats. We also make some that we have created our own recipes for, including a Korean ginger, one that is like a Chinese pot sticker in a sausage link. We have a honey pig, which is honey is used as the sweetener, and it's got a little heat to it. We love making our sausages. We love being able to add value to our products and then take them to market and bring a different product to your table. And it comes straight from our farm to a USDA inspected processing plant, to a kitchen, and then back to a sale point. So it's been really exciting to be able to see that whole continuum in place since we started with the sausage. We love our online farmers markets. We put our items that we have for sale on the market on Sunday along with other farmers, and then people can go online and shop, and there's a 1-point pickup. And we also do deliveries in the Nashville area, and also we do on-farm pickup. So people will email or call us and place an order, and I will go in and bag it and get it together, and we will make a mutually convenient time for you to come and pick it up. Currently, you can visit our website at www.wedgeoakfarm.com, and we are working on getting an online presence there where you can purchase online and pick up here on the farm. This farm can be utilized as a farm for practical things like raising livestock and having a garden and that kind of thing, and then also for a place where people can come and see how, what a farm looks like and how we raise our livestock, and they can learn where their food comes from. So I think at this point, the agricultural importance is key, but it also is key that the community's interested and stays involved in what we're doing here.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Live Green Tennessee, where we take you all across the state into the farms and businesses of those who are making the move to eating fresh, living sustainably, and helping us all be more organic in our thinking and the way we live our lives as Tennesseans. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Live Green Tennessee.
If you would like more information about Live Green Tennessee, please visit our website at livegreentv.org, where you can find everything from healthy recipes to past episodes and more.
Pick Tennessee helps you find local farms and farmers markets, plus offers tips for choosing, using, and storing the fresh foods you buy. The Pick Tennessee mobile app is available now on iTunes and Google Play.
Radon gas is a naturally occurring radioactive gas found in rock and soil and can seep into your home through basements or cellars. It's odorless, invisible, and without taste, and can damage lung tissue and cause the beginning of lung cancer, making it the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. It is important to ensure your home is safe with a free radon test kit. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation can help you learn more about this dangerous gas and make your home a safer place.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.